Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Q&A series. So, I felt like recording outside today. I felt like it'd be nice to record in the fresh outside nature. You know, like we're not by any civilization. So I think that's a very nice change. But the problem is that dog. It won't shut up. So if things go south, I might just record my audio separately and then just like kind of dub it. If I am, I'll let you know right now. But today, as you can see, I wrote down all the questions right there. Here are the questions that you guys asked for last episode. So let's get straight into this. What is your favorite episode of Object Invasion? I like episode 7. I think that's my favorite one so far, but I also like episode 3 a lot. Why are you wearing glasses on your head? Because I always wear glasses. I just don't draw myself with glasses. Will you make an Object Terror and Object Invasion crossover? No. Yeah, no, I'm not. Were there other characters that were going to be in Object Invasion? No, I made the mistake of just adding characters, but yeah, there weren't any characters that weren't going to be in it. Do you play Roblox? I used to, but I stopped just because I don't care about it anymore. Do you like to drink Wilkins coffee? I don't drink coffee, I don't drink soda either. Not a fan of the taste. What's WoW supposed to be, a tuna can or a soup can? WoW is a tuna can. There we go, the mystery is revealed, everyone. Alright, we're done. How much does it take to animate a scene of OI? Well, if you mean time-wise, it takes about 8 hours to animate a minute. But it really depends on what happens in the scene. Like, if it's just a scene of 2 characters talking, I can usually get that done pretty quickly. But if there's a lot going on in the scene, like there's some action, then it might take a little bit longer. Alright, it's getting pretty cold. Ooh, wow. How'd this sweater get on? Alright, let's get back to the questions. Will you make a new object show after Object Invasion is done? Honestly, I don't think so, just because if everything goes right with Object Invasion, with how I planned it, it'll end up finishing up around 2023, which will be when I'm in college, and I really don't want to be working on any big object show stuff during college, just because I want to focus on that. So yeah, there might not be an object show right after Object Invasion finishes, but we'll just see what happens. If I want to make another show, like, way further in the future, then I will. We'll see what happens though. Is Window a girl? No, Window's a guy. Hey Fusion, how are your animations getting more good and good? Well, the more you do something, the better you're gonna get at it. It's just natural, I think. I mean, I've been doing this animation stuff for, well, like 3 years, a little more. So over time, I've naturally gotten better, I think. I like to think so. Will you ever come back to Scratch? I don't think I'll ever make an official comeback, but maybe I'll make like a project or something in the future and I'll test out my animation skills again on there. But yeah, don't expect a comeback. Where is The Adventures of Steve 3? That's being worked on right now and it'll come out when it's done. What happened to Legends of Jackson? So I was working on it, I just lost interest, stuff wasn't getting done for it, and so I just said, you know what, no, I don't care about this anymore. So yeah, I ended up scrapping that. Who knows if I'll continue it in the future. We'll see what happens from here. What's the best animation you did? Okay, well, if we're gonna be real for a second, I think the animation I did for the time lapse is probably the best animation I've done. I'll put a small clip of the animation I did, and I think it's pretty good. I think it's my best animation yet. Okay, next one. What's your favorite game? Mario Kart Wii. I don't play a lot of video games really, but from the ones I have played, that one's my favorite. And what's your thoughts on the Sonic poster? It's probably my new favorite movie. I can't wait. If you looked on my Twitter, I actually put Ethan Sonic, and I think it's pretty nice. All right, the sun is almost setting here. It's about time to wrap up this episode. So, if you enjoyed this episode of Q&A series, leave a like and comment what your favorite fruit is. That has nothing to do with the next episode. Bro, look at that sunset. Come on, focus. It looks like that star. Okay, so let's try this. Ooh, wow. wow, how did this sweater get on?
Guys, check out my new favorite channel. It is so good. Oh my god.